Hey YouTube, hello, hi, my name is Jessica to be exact, and today's video we're just going to yap while I do my makeup. To be honest, I want to talk about Heartbreak. I'm gonna be so for real because I think like 2 or 3 months ago I recorded this video, but I don't know why I couldn't edit it. I don't know what it was. I don't know if I couldn't finish it or something, but it was a good video, but unfortunately it just never got edited or whatnot. We're here to film it again. This is such a fitting topic for my literal theme of 2025. So let's talk about Heartbreak while I do my makeup because it's been a while since I just sat down and just did my makeup for the fun of it. So let's get right into it. So honestly, I don't know what type of makeup look I'm going for today. I'm thinking something natural. I don't have anything in mind. I just want to do my makeup and kind of like perfect it a little bit because a girl like me just throws things on her face and calls it a day. But Heartbreak, y'all, this is just so painful to talk about, but I feel like especially young girls, like I want to speak some life into you because young girls need to hear things from girls who are a bit older. First and foremost, I'm not an auntie, but like I've been through some stuff that I'm like, yo, if my younger self could avoid this, or my younger sisters can avoid this, even though I don't have any real younger sisters, I'm gonna speak some life and hope that like you catch what I'm trying to say, even if you don't want to hear it, you know. I was gifted these products from my teacher and then from like volunteer thing that I volunteered at. So I got the Super Goop, whatever this is. I think it's daily SPF but has a tint to it, and I feel like this would be kind of close to my color. My teacher gifted me 2 mascaras. Obviously I have lash clusters on, so I will not be putting this on, but I've been in my mascara bag. I just, you know, put on some clusters recently. So yeah, this is the Telescopic Lift by L'Oreal, and this is the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. So let's talk about Heartbreak, y'all. I know I always say random stuff, but go to Bulk Barn and get, I don't even know what these are called, but they're cookies and cream, like clusters. I think there's pretzels up in here. They're so good. I'd eat some, but I have my elastics in. But yeah, let's talk about Heartbreak, y'all. If there's something 2025 taught me is that they can do it to you too. Like no matter the type of relationship it is, whether it is platonic, whether it is romantic, whether it is a family relationship, like a blood relationship, like they could do it to you too. Like I'm seeing patterns. I think it's time for us to start seeing patterns in people and taking people for who they are, because golly, bro, if you have a friend or family or significant other, whatever, and they're always in conflict and issues with people and they're always the victim. Okay, I feel like I'm coming on too hot, and I feel like I don't want my message to be misconstrued because it seems like I am like being very specific. So I'm gonna try to keep this broad and not go off and just talk with emotion, because it's so easy to do that, especially with the amount of heartbreak I experienced last year. Okay, because we're in 2026, we're starting this new year. I want to say on a good note, but I don't want to lie. I don't. I'll keep it a bean. Like when it comes to heartbreak, I think that you should never let somebody tell you if you've been heartbroken or not, or you know, try to compare trauma. Like I think people like that are so scary, like especially if you're opening your heart to somebody and you're telling them like I've been through this, that, and the third, and they're like I've been through worse. Girl, you can actually go. Like the door is like right there. You need to leave. When it comes to talking about your emotions and talking to people, it's very important to have people, and I don't want to say outlets, but outlets that are truly beneficial for you. And not only that, they're welcoming to you, where it's like, unfortunately, there's some friends or family members or people in your life that you cannot always come to about your problems, because unfortunately, like, it feels like you're a burden to them. And it's like, I think it's important to have community and people you can talk to, but sometimes when you're getting the same results from the same people, you need to realize, hey, my emotions and me being vulnerable is not accepted in this place, and let me not add on to my heartbreak and continuously pour into a cup that is like empty at the bottom and does not have the capacity for me. Like, but I think it's very important to have consistent people in your life rather than just telling everyone your business and not having a group or people or a person to help, to build with, you know what I'm saying? Anywho, I started off with 2 primers. I started off with the NYX Shine Killer and then the e.l.f. Power Grip Matte Primer. You know, I had to do what I needed to do. And for my foundation, I think I'm gonna go 2 foundations on them. I'm gonna go Huda Beauty in Mocha, and then this Morphe foundation called the Filter Effect, and the color is Rich 30. I really want to tell you this as a sister in the Lord, y'all. Just because you're kind does not mean people are going to be kind back to you. And that's why I keep telling everyone this. If you want to be kind, just be kind. Don't be kind because you're expecting kindness back. It would be nice, but if your kindness is only contingent of other people's reactions on how they're gonna be or what you're gonna receive from, you know, being kind, that's not genuine kindness. But I'm gonna be honest, you can be the best person, the nicest person, the kindest person, the most giving person, but I'll keep it a bean with you. That doesn't guarantee that the other party is gonna receive what you're doing and be genuine with you, love you, you know, give what you've put down. Like, I feel like when it comes to heartbreak for me, like, I feel that I've been so kind to people. I've been so kind. I've been so nice. I've been so understanding. And now it's my turn. My turn to receive some type of grace. They can't even give me a penny of grace. I'm like, yo. Honestly, when it comes to heartbreak, I really want you to distance yourself from the heartbreak. I know it happened to you, but you are not the heartbreak, okay? Like, what I'm really trying to let the girlies know, and like I'm also trying to learn myself, is that not everything is a reflection of you. Not every single thing is a walking mirror of you, you know? You're really just dealing with a lot of people in this world who don't even know what their why is. Just because you might be secure in knowing why you do what you do, or where your faith stands, or who you are morally, spiritually, anythingly, like whatever the case is, like that's not everyone's heart in life. Not everyone has a secure mindset, okay? Like not everyone is even secure in themselves, confident in themselves, truly loves themselves, okay? So it's like when it comes to heartbreak, it is not a reflection of you. And you know what? I'm gonna keep it a bean, y'all. I'm not here to be that type of person who just, you know, coddles bad behavior. If you did bad and guess what? Somebody called the quits. I'm not gonna lie. You definitely need to do some self-inventory and be like, okay, where did I mess up? What do I need to fix from here? It's not always one of those, oh, I need to get them back. I need to get them back in my life because I realized where I went wrong and I'm trying to be right or right my wrongs. You're not entitled to being in somebody's life because you've also finally admitted your wrongs or because you are truly working to be better. I want you guys to understand, working on yourself is not a token into somebody's life. You fixing your wrongs does not mean somebody needs to welcome you back into their life. I know, but I was just trying to make sure you know that I'm not here to just, you know, coddle and just, you know, give you good words without telling you that, hey, if you've done wrong in other people's life, I want you to not run away from accountability and actually take accountability, learn and grow. I'm not even getting at you because you've done wrong, because we've all done wrong, but I want you to be real with yourself and not just try to act like everything's cool. Because I've seen that behavior in my life where it's like, people have done me wrong. God is my witness. Yo, Jesus is my witness. People have done me wrong in this life and they know they've done me wrong. They've never apologized. They've never wanted to have a sit-down conversation about it. They are even initiated, because we've had conversations, but it's always me like, hey, I can't lie. I want to talk about this because I don't like how this went down. But I feel like those are the type of people who just think that everything's cool because time heals. Hey, you're not well. You are not well. Y'all, I'm even just patting my face at this point. Like, what am I really doing right now? And I feel like on camera, this foundation looks really orange. In real life, it literally looks like my skin tone. Like, I'm not a fan right now of how this camera is doing me. I will say, it's not really giving full coverage like you said it is, or both of them, because like you can still see my dark spots for both of them. Like, honestly, it's calm though. I'm going to my bed after this. I'm not going anywhere with this makeup. I'm just having fun. So I feel like the biggest thing about heartbreak, that is the most painful thing, is like finally seeing through the mirage. Because I feel like the biggest part of heartbreak is like betrayal. I feel like the true betrayal is seeing somebody for who they are and having that go against who you thought they were. Like really coming to terms with who people really are. I was saying this before, but I want to dig deep on that, because it's like, I feel like the biggest heartbreak is like, yo, I didn't expect this from you. Or like, I can't believe they did this to me. Or having these over expectations for people, and when they let you down, you're like, damn, how can they do me? Or like, I can't believe they did me. But it's like, bro, like, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. You're not special. That's them. Hey. And I'm not even trying to be mean, but it's like, I'm telling you, I was telling you about the patterns. They are like this. This is them. But I feel like that's really it. Like, to be honest, like, I'm sorry guys, my camera battery died, so I'm back. Like, the biggest thing I'm learning with this heavy weight of heartbreak is like, it is well. It is well. It is well. I'm still breathing. It is well with my soul. I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and I said something. I was speaking to myself when I said this. The biggest disservice you could do for yourself, especially when it comes to heartbreak, is wish the other party well, but not wish yourself well by wallowing in that mess and not standing up and moving on for your own self. You don't know what you have until it's taken away. But then when you're real with yourself and you sit back and ask yourself, what did this even bring to my life? I feel like that's when you get humbled, because I feel like we miss people, our situations, our things. But then you look back and actually think about, like, what did they really do for me? And, you know, this is not about tit for tat. Like, I did this, I did that. They didn't do anything. I'm not saying that. But it's like, what is it that you really miss if you're being real with yourself? Because this missing thing that you're doing is... like, why are you missing them? Are you missing them because the way they made you feel? Are you missing them because they actually brought purpose into your life? Are you missing them because you are now lonely? Because I feel like loneliness it could be a blessing or it could be a curse. Loneliness can push you to now, you know, want to grow, meet new people. You know, not new people in the sense of like relationships, like romantic relationships, but like make new friends and stuff like that. Or it could push you into a dark place, and that is nowhere close to the goal. Like, I want you guys to know this. Just because a person has left your life does not mean that your life is over. Your worth is not determined or valued by a single person. And my biggest thing is, what if we channeled that energy into our walk with Christ? I needed that too. Like, I'm not here pointing the finger, but I'm like being real. Like, what if that energy of thinking about this person, what if was for God, for Jesus? Like, real spill, like at this point, because it's like, they're not here. I hate to say it, they are not here. So, but I know who is. Jesus. Anyways, I'm going in with these two contours, this NYX one and this e.l.f. one. Like, that's my biggest thing, because I'm realizing that it's so easy to make an idol out of somebody, out of a relationship, out of a friendship, out of a family member, out of a title, out of a something. And it's like, why? At the end of the day, they're just flesh. Like, the same way you always tell yourself, oh, I'm not perfect, and give yourself grace, which I'm not saying they don't deserve. It's like, unfortunately, they're just a person too. And it's like, they don't deserve to be on no pedestal. Trust me. Trust me. They don't. If no one told you this, I'm gonna tell you it. Like, I don't know how to do contour, guys. Like, I'm being so for real. Like, I just draw lines on my face on where I think contour is supposed to go. I don't know though. And I'm using one brush, and that's my problem. Like, I want to get better at makeup, but I use only one brush. Jessica, you're not getting better at makeup. It's just not, it's not gonna work. My biggest thing, my sister, do not let your value be determined by how another person views you. Mic drop. Boom. And that could go in many ways, in the sense of, it could go for like the role you are in somebody's life. Like, for example, hey, let's say you fell out with so-and-so and you're no longer friends with so-and-so. Do you think you're purposeless because you're no longer best friends? Or, for example, if you were with a man and that man's not in your life no more and you're no longer his girlfriend, do you think you have no more purpose because you're not a girlfriend? My sister, stand up. Like, titles and relationships and people come and go. You, at one point in your life, did not know them. You did not know them. And my biggest thing I want to say is that I think that we also just need to accept life as it comes sometimes, because it's like, unfortunately, we are no longer like this. Unfortunately, we do not have a connection. But I had to like have a sit down with myself on something recently where it's like, what if they served the purpose that they were in my life for? Like, what if what they were in my life for is already done, and unfortunately that chapter is just over? Like, I don't think the fact that like you're no longer close to someone or have a relationship with someone means that you now have to start bad mouthing them everywhere you go. And I'm not saying sometimes people don't need to be called out, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, what if the role they served is now done? Like, it's adjourned, like it's finished. And the time that you had, cherish the good ones, even if it ended on a bad note. Like, the purpose that they served, done. And I think that that's okay. Like, I think that's okay. Like, I really do, because it's like, we had a good run for what it was. Like, we had our moment, but this is it. This is done. Like, we need to also look at things like that too. I think that is a very healthy way to look at relationships with people. Like, we had our good moment, it's done. We're all always changing. Like, we're literally changing. Like, you're not even the same person you were yesterday. Hopefully you've grown. You know, some people are honestly reverting back. In that, I want you to know that like people are changing too. You know, I'm not here trying to be, you know, a sympathizer with the enemy right now, but I'm trying to be real with you, where it's like, that's who they were at one point, especially that's who they were to you, but unfortunately, like, that's no longer who they are. And it's like, you can keep giving yourself false hope and expecting them to change, when unfortunately, like, this is who they've evolved into, you know? It's very important to get right here in between that nose right now, because girl, not gonna lie, I be forgetting sometimes. I think this is why I didn't even upload the video, because I got too caught up in, you know, doing the makeup that I couldn't even talk. Y'all, my camera overheated, guys, and I now don't know where I was. You know, that was like literally 20 minutes ago, or like 15, I don't even know. Guys, I really want to be that person to let you know that you're so much more than who you think you are and where you put yourself. Like, last year I shed a lot of tears, and I was really able to see who around me was genuine and who around me I no longer needed in my life. I feel like the discernment of knowing if somebody's supposed to be in your life or not supposed to be in your life comes through experience, where it's like, I'm not here to compare people, but it's like, you'll see that there's some people in your life that genuinely draw you closer to the light, bro. And there's some people, on the other hand, the purpose is no purpose. There's literally no purpose, where it's like, when you go around them, you're drained. When you go around them, you always are giving and never even receiving anything from them. They don't even value you as a person or friend. Like, it's just so much. You would think that everyone around you is cool. Just watch. I'm really just trying to be there for myself right now, because like, I'm healing, bro. When you have so many breakups with people, like, and it's not like I'm evoking these breakups, or like I'm like, yo, this person's on my chopping block. Like, they do things that you're like, I would never do that to you, and that truly goes against my morals, my principles, my beliefs, what I even would accept from anyone. It really makes you sit down and ask yourself, yo, why am I friends with this person? Like, why are they here? You know what I'm saying? So, hello? And I'm gonna tell you this. People come, people go. People come, people go. Such is life. Like, when you accept that, you just cherish people for the moments you have with them. You know? I use some Fenty. Put some Fenty on her. My makeup is still not tea, y'all. I don't know how to do makeup. I literally just put the products I have on my face and call it a day. But there's skill with this makeup thing, and I just don't have it, and I'm okay with that. Like, at this point, like, you know, this is the real, this is the me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Like, no lie. Love it or hate it, I don't really care. Like, in a world where you can't control anyone's perception of you, you could be the best person, worst person in somebody's eyes. I want you to know who you are. I want you to know who you are for real. Like, I want you to know who you are to yourself. I want you to have some type of esteem that's not from external validation, praise, or even like encouragement, kind words, or anything. Like, I want you to ask yourself who you are. And even if you can't answer that question, or that question seems so hard for you to answer right now, that's a starting place. I feel like we don't always need to beat ourselves up because, you know, we might not be where we want to be, but it's like, hey, if you can't answer that, girl, let's work on that. I want us to stop putting such a crazy emphasis on other people who are just passerbyers. People who will literally not be here forever. People who will also have to give an account for their life. You know, I just want you to know that, like, unfortunately, what has happened, but that's not you. I keep wanting to hone in on that because it's like, you will have bad experiences with people, but that's not you. Not every single thing is a cause and effect. Sometimes things happen. I think we need to get back to just being real with ourselves and accepting that bad things just happen sometimes. But I really want you to just remember that every time you know, your day ends, it's just you and yourself, God, and your thoughts. It's not you and them. Even if you're in the same bed, you are still individuals, whatever. And I want you to realize that, like, at the end of the day, like, you only have your life. You can't live anyone else's life. Basically what I'm saying is, like, they have their own life to live. You have your own life to live. Stop trying to live someone else's life for them because you want them to do X, Y, and Z for you. I believe that if you want genuine love or genuine experiences and encounters with people, self blush, it has to be genuine. It can't be because you told them this, that, and the third. I don't want you to keep stooping down to bare minimum and then receiving that and still resenting them because it's, like, not from a pure heart. I want you to realize that, like, unfortunately, this person, this experience, this whatever this was not for you, but that is not you. That's the biggest thing. I feel like I said a whole lot of nothing. I do feel like I said a whole lot of nothing in this video because I've just been having so much fun. I don't know why, when my makeup does not look good. But I want you to know that, like, girl, boy, person watching this, like, you have so much value. Jesus Christ died for you, okay? God literally created you. He made you with purpose and intention. You are not just an accident. So stop minimizing your life experience on an experience you have had in your great experience. If that went over your head, stop minimizing your life existence on one experience or an encounter you've had with said individual. If you think that your life only amounts to a negative experience, I don't think you know what life is. Because if you think that this is the epitome of who you are and what you bring to this world or how you should be viewed, I feel like you need to sit down and have a real conversation with yourself and ask yourself, who are you? I don't think if I were to meet you, you would be like, I am this, that, and the third, no longer friends with this person, no longer dating this person. If that's how you introduce yourself, we have a lot of inventory that needs to be unpacked. But girl, you have purpose and you have value, and anything that brings purpose in your life that is external is not from within. It's not from within. I like really and truly, because at one point in your life you didn't have it. And that's the biggest thing I'm trying to let you guys know, that anything that has not always been yours can be somebody else's. So I want you to know who you are and understand the value you have. Stop looking at outside sources and realize that, like, hey, I'm somebody. I have worth. There's things that have been done to me, but that is not who I am. And my existence is not just based on that. Like, if there's anything you can take from anything I'm saying, is, babe, somebody else's actions is not who you are. Like, I want you to make an active choice to not accept everything that comes your way. Start holding these people accountable. I'm even pleading with you. Like, start holding people accountable for their actions. Having conversations, hard talks, letting people know what they've done to you and how it has affected you, whatever the case is. But what I want you to not do is dim your light for others, and then not only that, have self-hate towards yourself because what others did to you. And I don't want you to keep running back to bare minimum. I'm speaking to the crowd, y'all. I'm speaking to the crowd. But still, like, girl, you are like, Jesus died for you, bro. Like, I don't think you heard me when I said that the first time. Like, he died for you. Like, actually died. That boy did not die for you, bro, but Jesus did. You guys see the difference? Like, we have like okay, I don't even need to break that down. Like, if you know, you know, you know. I'm going in with this lip liner that I actually do not even have the label for. It is done for, wiped off, clean. It's kind of like a brown, dark brown red vibe. I need to stop with the word vibe. I've overused that word. But I'm gonna tell you guys this. The worst thing you could do to yourself is stop chasing God and your goals because of another person. Like, that's the worst thing that's the worst thing you could do to yourself. If this camera shuts off again, I am just gonna end the video off here. My G7X would never do me like that. But NYX Butter Gloss in Brownie Dip. Like, girl, I even forgot what I was saying. Like, oh, the biggest disservice you could do to yourself is stop pursuing God and your goals, because I'm gonna tell you this. You can't really predict someone else's actions, and they can keep doing you wrong from here till tomorrow, right? But you, on the other hand, what you have in your heart and what you want to do is based on what you want to do. I can't say what so-and-so is gonna do, but you, on the other hand, pursuing God and your goals, that's up to you. If you let their actions stop you from pursuing those two things, I feel like that's worse than heartbreak, because it's like you've forgotten about your own self, like to the point where like you've genuinely forgotten about your own self. Babe, their actions are their actions, but your actions are your actions, okay? Like, they're actually your actions. I want you to heal. I really want you to heal and not wallow, because it's like, I hate to say it, but whatever they've done is done. But what you're gonna do hasn't been done yet. This is fortune cookie. Babe, I want you to love yourself, but I want you to love God first so that you can love yourself correctly. Because when you love yourself, you're able to discern what is good and pure, and what you will tolerate and what you will not, okay? So if you learned anything from this video, yes, I yap and I say a whole lot of nothing, but it's like, babe, the biggest thing I would definitely say again, you are not a reflection of someone else's actions. God and your goals cannot be stopped by other people's actions. Like, pursuing God and your goals should never be stopped by somebody else's actions. You must be true to yourself and stick to the plan. Even when things are looking crazy, even when life, it feels like everything's falling down, even when you're in the midst of heartbreak, remember God and your goals, because I do not want somebody else to, without even trying, hold you back from who you want to be, like the epitome of who you want to be. People come and people go, but if you let God go, you've lost the plot. Like, you've genuinely lost the plot. Do not let them have a hand on something that's in your control. Even if they're not in your life no more, you're still in your life and you know what you want. Dang, I feel like an auntie. If I could talk to one person, I hope that resonates with you. And I want you to know that heartbreak is normal, and you're not crazy for going through heartbreak or feeling things or reminiscing or trying to conceptualize everything. But my thing is, that's going to get you nowhere, because once you realize the heart of man is really deceitful, trying to understand it does nothing good for you. You know, it's very hard to say, but sometimes you need to accept things and move on for the better, because searching, looking, all this, that, and the third is only going to deepen the heartbreak. But yeah, I feel like I'm giving auntie, and I feel like you might have like clicked out the video because I've been yapping. My makeup's not good and I didn't really stay on key, you know. But thank you so much for watching this video. I enjoyed spending time with you. Hopefully you do come back. If you have any other topics you would like to talk about, please let me know. I feel like if somebody gives me a topic, I can actually hit the topic instead of like me just making things up in my head. But I love you so very much. But remember, Jesus loves you more. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.